What's up traders, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're all doing great. It's a wonderful Saturday morning, and I wanted to share with you some insights about the markets and also give you a strategy and an effective way to draw your support and resistance using psychological levels, right? Using psychological levels. So let us first understand what are psychological levels. So, psychological levels refer to price levels that are significant because they represent round numbers typically ending in zero. These levels often act as psychological barriers or support and resistance areas in the forex market due to the way traders perceive and react to them, right? So, here are some common psychological levels in forex trading. These are the most basic psychological levels and often the most significant whole numbers, right? Examples include 1.00, 1.100, 1.200, and so on. Traders tend to pay extra attention to these levels and may place orders such as stop loss or take profit orders near them, right? So these psychological levels, they are actually whole numbers where institution traders and also retail traders, they pay attention to these levels so that they can set their orders there, take profit levels, and also stop loss levels. And I'll show you just how to do it in real markets, right? So we'll head to trading view. This is Euro USD, right? And let us now draw the psychological levels. So they act as our support and resistance. Okay, so if we look here, the nearest whole number, you can see here the nearest whole number is this. You can just check this arrow that I'm using, 1.0500. That's the nearest whole number, right? So we'll plot here a horizontal line, right? 1.0500. It acts as a whole number, right? So we can also use we can let's add this, and let's add this 1.0500. Let's add it 500 points, right? So when you add it 500 points, you do you get? You get 1.05 500. It's just whole numbers, right? So just like that, we have gotten another psychological levels. Remember, Euro USD, and with these psychological levels, you can plot them in any pair, right? And they act as our support and resistance. This is actually one of the easiest ways and most accurate ways to draw your support and resistance. So let's add this 1.05 500. Let's add it 500 more points. And when you add 500 more points, what do you get? 1.0600, right? So that's our next level, 1.0600, and we can plot it this way. Cool, just like that. So we'll just be using these three lines which will act as our support and resistance. So let us first look at here this 1.0500. Let's look at it first, guys. Mhm. Let's draw. We are looking at this. Let's look at this line, right? So remember, guys, support, we are looking to buy support. You look for buys in support, right? Support, you're looking for buys. Then resistance, you look for sells. This is a really important concept for beginners who don't know, right? Resistance, we'll be looking for cells, right? Resistance cells. Okay, so check here, guys, what happened. You can see here, let's just look at this point. When price touched this psychological level, this 1.0500, what happened? Let's see. You can see what happened. Because it acted as support, price pushed to the next psychological level, which is 1.0500, right? So look here what transpired. When price was in a downtrend, as you can see here, price was in a downtrend. Price was in a downtrend, in a downtrend, in a downtrend. It was like a major downtrend over here, right? It was a major downtrend. But it broke this region and came back and started bouncing from this region, right? And uh, as you can see here, when it touched this region for this was the first touch, second touch, third touch, and after it touched this region, it created a pattern. This is called an morning star candlestick pattern, and I'll teach you about these candlestick patterns in another video. But what transpired over here, you can see there was a bullish momentum, a buy momentum, right? So you could have taken this trade, you could have just taken this trade. It was a wonderful trade, right? You could have made your entry over here, stop loss just below these lows over there, right? And target the next region, or yeah, you can just target the next psychological level, which will act it will act as your profit target in this resistance level, right? Because this is support, resistance. Support you buy, resistance you sell. So you could have taken profit after you've seen this candlestick pattern. The other thing you have to do, right? You you have to understand how time reacts to the markets, right? So you should trade London session or New York session. And here I have an indicator, it's called Kill Zone. It's free on TradingView, you can add it, right? So this green line, you see this green line over here, this green line, it represents the beginning of London session, right? Represents the beginning of London session. So you see this, it's called a morning star candlestick pattern. It formed at the beginning of London session, which makes it a valid trade because now there will be volume. And you can see what transpired next. The market pushed to the upside because it bounced on psychological level, right? Creating a morning star candlestick pattern. Then again, price pushed to the upside because of volume. So there were three bases to take the trade, right? There were three bases to take the trade, three confirmations. That is, the first one is psychological level. The second one is morning star candlestick pattern, and the third one there was volume because of London session, right? So guys, there were three confirmations to take the trade, right? The first one was our psychological level, which is this level here, 1.055. The second confirmation was Morningstar candlestick pattern, which is this candlestick pattern. It created this pattern, which is a Morningstar candlestick. It's a bullish candlestick pattern, right? Now the third confirmation was volume, because it created this at the beginning of London session, and now it signifies that there will be a lot of volume during London session, and the market pushed to the upside to hit the next psychological level, which would act as our take profit, right? So that is how you take a buy trade from support, right? So I'll also show you how to take a sell trade from resistance, right? This was also another point, another buy trade you could have taken. This was another buy trade you could have taken from this region. After price bounced over here, you could have taken and captured all these pips to the next region. And by the way, the difference between these two psychological levels are 50 pips. 50 pips is the difference. You can see over here 50 pips, because from here 1.0500 we added 500 points, which represent 50 pips on Euro USD, to 1.05500, right? Also, when you add here 1.05500 and add 500 points to 1.0600, there's also a difference of 50 pips, because we are adding the whole numbers, right? Another difference of 50 pips, right, guys? So uh, this was another trade you could have taken. Let's just add it over here. This was another trade you could have taken over here to make a buy, because also this other line, it acted as support over here. It acted as support. It acted as support again over here. It acted as support, and also it created this is called a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. I'll teach you about the candlestick patterns, but now let's just take a look at a sell, which is the last setup which we are going to take, right? Which I'm going to teach you how to take a sell. Okay, look here, guys. Price initially was moving in an uptrend. Price was moving in an uptrend, but what transpired? It broke the uptrend and started trading now below this region. It started trading below this region. And what happened over here? There was price here reacted to our level, which is 1.0600. Now this level, because after price was moving in an uptrend, the direction changed. Now it started moving in a downtrend, right? A downtrend. So we'll just add here. Now this area will act as our resistance. This psychological level will acted as our resistance. And what do you do in resistance? You're looking to sell. Resistance, we sell. We're looking to sell in resistance. So, right? And let us look at this region, what transpired over here. So when price was moving in an uptrend, the direction changed, and now this psychological level, which is 1.0600, it acted now as our resistance. So why did it act as our resistance? So we can see here, price created a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. A bearish engulfing candlestick pattern in that region. And now after creating that pattern, you could have taken your sell position over here, taking a sell position, and also kept your take profit down to the next region, which is the next psychological level. This region acted as our resistance level. I want you to see this clearly. This region acted as our resistance level. This psychological level acted as our resistance. And resistance, we are looking for sell. So, what were the confirmations? Also, if we add our indicator to for time, we can see this blue line which passes down. This blue line, it represents the start of New York session. So there was definitely volume because of New York session, right? So just go here to indicators in TradingView and search for kill zone. You will find it. Then you can add it and it will really help in your charts, because now the trade gave us another three confirmations, right? Give us three confirmations. The first confirmation was psychological level, which acted as our resistance. Second confirmation was the bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. And now our third confirmation was volume because of New York session, right? So there were three confirmations. Psychological level, this region which acted as our resistance to sell. Bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, which is this engulfing candlestick pattern which formed over here, right? The bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. I'll create another video to teach you about the candlestick patterns. And also now the last confirmation was volume, which was New York session, which was represented by this blue line. It signified the start of New York session. So there was definitely volume, and you can see what transpired next. Uh, Price pushed to the downside to this region. It took time, but it did push to the next region. So, and you can see that trade could be a winner. So guys, that is how you use psychological levels. Um, Make sure you rewatch the video so that you understand it better. Because if you knew you can't do it accurately first time, but so make sure you watch the video so that you understand it more clearly, right? So that is how you use psychological levels to find your trade. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and if you've not understood anything, you can just ask me any question and I'll get back to you, right? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate so much. Okay, thank you so much. Let's meet in the next one.